Today is May 30th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on Claibs Online. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey, and we are brought to you every day by Royal Banks of Missouri and Munganess St. Louis Acura. Rammer, before we get into everything that happened yesterday and kind of peek ahead to the weekend in Philadelphia, about 20 minutes ago, the Cardinals Instagram page posted a new free agent signing that I think is of note. It seems that they have come to an agreement with the performing artist Young Gravy to an honorary one-day deal. You could go check that out now on their Instagram page and just see how the Cardinals have become all gravy, baby. I'm giving you show content. You go live on the air in 2 hours on 550. Yeah. I am handing you content on a silver platter and giving you segments.
These are all. Hey, all the words you were speaking were in the English language, but I have no idea what you said.
I'm gonna guess that Cardinal demographic, maybe AM radio demographic, not on the same line as Young Gravy listeners.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and think Young that's probably the case. Yeah,
Gravy.
That's Young, by the way, Rammer. That's Young that's spelled Y-U-N-G. Young Gravy.
Is he Asian American?
He's not. No, absolutely not.
Well, I wonder if he's appropriating someone else's culture.
Yeah, he I feel if I had access, if I knew who your producer was, Rammer, I feel like I would, maybe suggest some rejoin music from Young Gravy as your show goes on this afternoon. I feel like maybe in your pre-show meeting, I feel like you need to somehow get Young Gravy, who there is on the screen right now. That's Young Gravy for you. Just somehow incorporate it into the program for you on the show today.
Mr. Gravy, I'm not sure I recognize any street cred based on the picture.
Yeah. He looks like he could be a BG, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, Rammer, Cardinals back to 500 as they knock off the Reds yesterday. 5th consecutive series win for the Birds as they jumped on the Reds early and held them off late. Home runs by Matt Carpenter and the 10th home run of the year by Nolan Gorman, who is slowly climbing up the National League ranks when it comes to home runs. Remember, I made the preseason prediction that Nolan Gorman would represent the Cardinals in the home run derby in mid-July. Right now, he's slowly starting to get up there and make a name for himself as a power hitter in the National League.
Yeah, he's just got to hit consistently enough to stay in the lineup every day. And Ollie's going to put him there most every day. So, he's coming along, and I think his home run numbers will be representative before the year's over. Now, if he starts hitting more and driving in runs other than via the home run, then he's got tons of time to still have a very productive season.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And right now, hitting where he is in the lineup, and you look at, preseason or beginning of the season, he was slotted in there. He was that number 3 hitter. He was there every single day, lefty or righty, and they gave him the opportunities. Now he's dropped down. Now he's hitting around 7th or 8th in the lineup on most days. Maybe seeing a little more fastballs, a healthier amount of fastballs. And given the guys that are hitting in front of him, I don't have a problem with him hitting down there in the lineup because Herrera, Burleson, Wynn all have been better hitters this season over Nolan Gorman.
Yeah. The one guy, to change subject slightly, the one guy I do have a problem hitting 8th against right-handed pitching is Mason Wynn. There's no reason he should be there. If you really want Donovan at the top of the order, and you and I are both Brendan Donovan fans, that's fine. Then you put Wynn 1 and Brendan 2 every single day.
Yeah.
That's what they should be doing.
Yeah, Mason Wynn, 3 more hits yesterday, has that average up to 308 on the season. He started off the season red hot. And then there was that stretch where Yeah, where it was like, okay, maybe he's coming back down, maybe he's regressing. No, it just happened to be a little bit of a slump. It wasn't the league figuring him out, or if it was, Mason's a fast learner. And from what we have learned about Mason Wynn is that he's going to find a way to impress you in one aspect of the game or the other. He, for the special player that we thought he was, I think he's making us realize maybe we were underestimated him a little bit too.
Yeah, I didn't know. I still don't know if he's going to be a 300 hitter, not only this year, but for a career. He's so young. There's no way to predict it with any reliability. I mean, we could come on here. Oh, he's a Hall of Famer. He's going to have 2,500 career hits. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know this. He's been your best hitter on the team so far this year. And I know you're, and appropriately so, concerned about making sure all your players, but specifically your young players, are put in a position to be successful. You don't want to overexpose them. I absolutely get that. But I got to have him up top.
And let me know how your level of concern is right now for Ryan Helsley as the Cardinals closer. He has saved his last three. I mean, he hasn't blown a save. He hasn't blown a save since opening day, but his last three outings now, he's gotten beat up a little bit in those games. Yesterday, allowed the hit, allowed the run, walked two. May 26th against the Cubs, gave up 3 hits and a run. May 25th against the Cubs, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs in that inning. Prior to that, he had gone 1, 2, 3. His last 4 outings on the mound had given up a total of 1 hit in the last 4 outings. So now, I don't know if it's. I don't know how to explain what's going on with Ryan Helsley right now. The hits don't concern me. The walks yesterday did a little more.
I think the most reasonable explanation is the same one we're probably going to use for JoJo Romero and Kit Kittredge, and that is arm fatigue. And that goes back to what had currently is still not the best offense in baseball. And when you're continually playing 1 and 2 run games, this is what's going to happen. So it'd be nice to win some game like they had the one the other day, 7-1. That was a breath of fresh air. And so I'd like to think the key guys in the bullpen can get through this dead arm period and kind of bounce back.
Remember, he's pitched 9 times in the month of May. The arm fatigue, I don't know if I'm buying. I mean, yesterday he came out there. He hadn't pitched since the 26th. Yesterday, he had 3 days off yesterday going into that.
He and JoJo and Kittredge, though, have all kind of been in a little bit of a semi-funk. And I only say semi because from day one till now, the bullpen has been the strength of the team.
Yeah, we wait to see when Kenyon Middleton comes back into that mix, and we see him debut for the Cardinals. I know Giovanni Gallegos is rehabbing, and they were talking about putting him out on a minor league assignment.
Libertor's back in the pen.
Yeah, Libertor's back in the pen. Which, by the way, on the last show that we did, Rammer, on Tuesday, talking about yesterday's starter Andre Palante, I know you had some reservations about it, and you said in the show yesterday, I hope he shoves it on me, and I hope he proves me wrong. I was going to say yesterday was one of the best starts that we've seen from him.
Without doing the research, I think it's the best. He was very, very good, and maybe the trials and tribulations have put him in this spot, and this is his time to make his name in the National League, in the big leagues.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful, but it's reserved optimism. But I don't want to denigrate what he did yesterday. Palante was absolutely terrific.
One guy that's out there now as soon-to-be free agent, a relief pitcher and former All-Star, Jorge Lopez of the New York Mets organization. Rammer, if our viewers, our listeners have not seen the story on Jorge Lopez yet, yesterday in their game, in their afternoon matinee against the Dodgers, was removed from the game after a Shohei Ohtani at bat. I can't remember if he was ejected or was just removed, was getting into it with the third base umpire. The manager for the Mets goes out there, removes him from the game. That seemed to be, a bit of a sideshow, removing him from the game. He untucks the jersey, he takes the glove, and in Julian Tavares fashion, tosses the glove into the crowd up over, which is even more impressive in today's game because he has to throw it over the protective net now that's behind the dugouts into the fifth row behind the Mets dugout. And then after the game is talking to the media. Now, English is not his first language. And if you watch you watch the clip, you can decipher clearly what he was saying was that he has been the worst teammate in Major League Baseball. The reporter tweeted out that he said he was on the worst team in all of baseball. But the first time I watched the clip, I could clearly hear him say teammates. But the Mets have already said that they are designating him from assignment. I would imagine the glove tossing and the kind of the way he was blowing up at the time had more to do with that than the post-game comments.
Yeah, a lot of times, it's just a fact of life. Hey, same rules for everybody. No, that's not true. The better you are, the more leeway you get. That's just the facts in a performance-based business.
Yeah. And so he will be out there for all 29 other teams to take a run at. Last year kind of was all over the place on in 23 as he played for the Twins, the Marlins, and the Orioles, and then this season signed on with the Mets, a 2022 free agent. So he has had his struggles on the field the past year. Not a guy that I think if you're having true bullpen problems, maybe that's a guy you take a flyer on. I don't think the Cardinals are in that position right now.
Yeah. No, the bullpen's fine.
Yeah. Another thing too, I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but the Cardinals, one of their minor leaguers has been making a lot of, has been going viral on social media here over the last week for the screwball that he's been throwing. One of their top prospect pitchers down in the minor leagues. If you go search that, Pitching Ninja has, Rob Friedman has been posting a lot of videos of that here lately.
If he's right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
A right-handed screwball. You don't see those as much as the lefty. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's it's been getting a lot of attention here over the last couple of days. Ettore Giulianelli, Ettore is his first name. Last name is Giulianelli. Is the name of him, playing right now for Palm Beach City, I believe is where or the Palm Beach Cardinals is who he's playing with right now. So way down in the organization. But the videos.
If I ever actually see him, it's going to be easy to correct the pronunciation issues. He'll just be known as Scroogey. It's the Scroogey.
Rammer, you and I tomorrow will be doing the show live together out at the Lake of the Ozarks prior to Mike Claiborne's induction into
we'll be at Margaritaville
Broadcasters Hall of Fame. And when we are doing the show, we will be talking about the Cardinals' upcoming weekend series against the Phillies, who were in a bench clearing brawl yesterday, 7 years to the date of Bryce Harper's last bench clearing brawl against the San Francisco Giants. So they will be traveling back across the country, a little bit fired up, but a chance to see one of the best teams in baseball this weekend. Kind of looking forward to it. Maybe 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have said this, but right now with how hot the Cardinals are playing, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they perform against the Phillies this weekend.
We'll talk more about it tomorrow. As you point out, Schwarber has been very, very good. Man, he is having a season so far. A guy who has been horrible, but has gotten hot in the last week. One of my favorites, Nick Castellanos. So those are two guys that are red hot. I don't think Trey Turner is due back, but our old buddy Edmundo Sosa is playing shortstop every day and red hot. So we got a lot to talk about when we break down the Phillies tomorrow.
We will be your way before first pitch tomorrow, sometime around 5 o'clock or so. So be on the lookout for that wherever you watch us on social media, or look for it around 5:30 up wherever you get your podcasts tomorrow before the first of 3 all-night games too, by the way. Out there in Philadelphia, they play the Friday night game, then they're doing the Saturday game on Fox, and for the second week in a row, the Sunday night ESPN game. Hopefully this one starts a lot earlier than last Sunday's Sunday night game against the Cubs. Until then, we will bid you farewell for today, brought to you here on Daily Cards Live each and every day by Munganast St. Louis Acura and also Royal Banks.
Royal Banks of Missouri, over 60 years in our area. And as that area expands to the east side, to St. Charles County, to Northeast Missouri, each and every branch feels like your hometown bank. Royal Banks of Missouri, where better service means better banking. Member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been Daily Cards Live right here on Claibs Online, brought to you by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri.
Growing up, I was told to be all that I can be. You can get it too if you just focus and believe. Just as advertised, so you gon' get just what you see. I'm not you, not you. I'm M to the E, I'm me. Growing up, I was told to be all that I can be. You can get it too if you just focus and believe. Just as advertised, so you gon' get just what you see. I'm not you, not you. I'm M to the E, I'm me.